So how can you get really awesome, cool psychic powers? I'm going to show you in this video. Hi everyone, my name is Clearsight. I am a professional psychic with over 8 years of experience, and I know it's been a while since I've been behind the camera on YouTube. It's been quite the minute. I mean, I've been doing shorts and stuff here and there, but not actually a longer form sideways video. I'm going to call these sideways videos because I'm sideways. It's not portrait, it's weird. I only have ever recorded in portrait for the past like 5 years, but here we are. So what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about how to develop psychic abilities. And contrary to popular belief, I do not believe everyone has psychic abilities. It's the same way I don't think everyone has musical talent. There are some people who are just tone deaf, and no matter how hard they try, they just can't get it because their brain is not wired to receive musical input properly. That's okay. It's okay. And it's okay if you can't access magical energies. Most people can't. It's fine. It's okay. But if you are a human, you have intuition. And everyone has intuition. I do believe that. Maybe not everyone has psychic abilities. You can't read the emotions of others that you've never met before. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about intuition, that gut feeling, how to follow your gut, how to follow your guides. Because you do have spirit guides who do love talking to you and nudging you in the right direction. And if you can get good at listening to your intuition, you can get damn good at speaking to your spirit guides, which will then lead to, what's the word? Synchronicities. There you go. Like the word's in there somewhere. And synchronicities lead to positive vibes and experiences, and then you're following the life path that you want to, and all this other good stuff that comes with following your intuition. So what are some good techniques to grow your intuition, right? First of all, understand the difference between intuition and psychic abilities. Intuition is yourself, your inner voice, your conscience, if you will, your spirit guide. It's all about you. You shine. What is psychic abilities? Psychic abilities, in my opinion, is intuition on steroids. It's the ability to feel emotions from other people that you've never met on command as well. Being able to, look at auras and read the core of who people really are, pierce past the veil and all this other stuff, right? Talk to spirits that aren't yours, that kind of stuff. That's psychic abilities. And like I said before, most people don't have them, and that's okay. So you need to strive for the proper thing, okay? If you start exploring your intuition, you may even discover that you have psychic abilities. It all starts with the basics, guys. You can't just jump to the grand finale if you haven't learned the core basics. So here's a few tips. I think a big thing for me was meditation, and meditation that actually works for me, right? Not meditation that doesn't work for me. There's a lot of times people practice meditations that aren't really aligning with who you are. I know a lot of people who don't like to be talked to while they're doing meditations. The guided meditations, a lot of people don't like those. Excuse me while I adjust my camera because I realized it was kind of sideways. There we go. Much better. Probably. Who knows? You do. I don't. So anyways, talking about spirit guides, intuition and how to channel it. So a lot of people do meditation, but they do it incorrectly. And what do I mean by incorrectly? I mean by doing meditation that doesn't resonate with you. If you like to be guided through your meditations, great, do guided meditations. But don't do guided meditations with people whose voices annoy you or whose styles don't feel right. You'll know a guided meditation that works well when you find it. So don't just settle for something just because everyone else is doing it, right? Some people like to just listen to music while they meditate. Peaceful music, right? Some people like to listen to nature sounds. Some people like to be in nature. For me, it's all about sound and music and chimes and bells. I'm not a huge guided meditation guy, but a huge thing that helped me was, I went through a whole thing where I would meditate laying on the floor, listening to music and sound bath music. I have a singing bowl up there for that exact reason. And that really helped me. But it's all about finding what works for you and what resonates with you, and then allowing that energy to flow into you. And the next step, this isn't channeling intuition, this is just meditation. So what do you do now that you're meditating, right? Well, you can now channel your intuition. How do you do that? You set the intention to experience your intuition while in the meditative state, and just let the thoughts flow freely. Don't try to filter them, don't try to change them, don't try to keep your mind silent. Let your thoughts flow, and take special notices of ones that either repeat themselves or feel extra vivid or intentional. Another way that could help you is journaling. Not a huge journaling guy myself, mostly just because it's just not quite how I work. And again, right, back to what works for you. What works for me won't necessarily work for you. But I know a lot of people have success with journaling. Journaling everything is important. That way you could understand, if you're a facts and numbers person, where synchronicities occur, where similarities occur. Why did this happen so many times on this kind of day, right? So journaling your thoughts is a great way to channel your intuition. I would say do work on free writing, and this is where you don't really have any intention of what you're going to write. You just sit down with some paper or sit down in front of your computer, and you just start. You let your mind relax and channel energy through it, and then you just kind of write whatever comes to your head. It could be anything at all, and that is a great way to channel your intuition. And of course, there's other aids like crystals, like amethyst and lapis lazuli, and citrine and selenite. All of these crystals are really good for channeling your third eye or channeling energy through your third eye, which can then follow your intuition. And most importantly, listen to that inner voice. That's your intuition speaking to you. And this is an important skill that I think most people need to learn. If not, everyone should learn how to understand when your intuition is talking. And then once you get there, you could start to explore other possibilities. Well, does this lead to psychic abilities? Does this lead to other magical talents that I didn't know I had before? What should I do next? Where should I go next? If you can listen to your intuition and channel your intuition, Christians call it the Holy Spirit, right? It's all the same thing. You can start to understand what to do next, where to go next. And you'll start to get nudges like, oh, you should go like over here right now. And you'll be like, why? And then you just do it and you're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So that's a couple of thoughts on how to channel your intuition. It's a basic guide. It's kind of straightforward, but it's there and it's helpful. Set expectations. You're not going to become a master guru meditator in a few days, okay? So just get really good at practice and consistency. And that's really, I work with my mentor and my students all the time on getting the basics down. Like our first 2 months of classes is all about the basics, because if you don't know how to meditate or get yourself into a meditative state, you're going to have a very difficult time channeling any kind of spiritual energy, magic or intuition or whatever. It's going to be hard for you because you don't understand how to meditate. But here's the thing. Meditation is not always the key solution. You don't have to meditate forever. I don't meditate as much anymore at all because, quite frankly, I don't really need to. I know the tips and tricks, and I know how to clear my energy without having to be in that meditative state. So I just don't need to. Now, sometimes I do because it feels good, right? It helps relax your head and stuff like that. So it's always good to meditate, but it becomes less essential as you get more skilled with your spiritual development growth. So I hope that helps you today. If you like this kind of video, let me know in the comments below. If you're new here and you enjoyed this, please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next time I post a video or go live on here. And we'll be doing these a few times a week, I think, just to get started. We'll pick a few topics and just kind of talk about them together and go through spiritual concepts. If you disagree with me, that's cool. We can talk about it too. Disagree with me in the comments if you think that I'm stupid, right? I'm always happy to have conversations about this kind of stuff. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. Brightest blessings to you all. Bye-bye.